Alright, I'm going to do Day Drunk by Morgan Evans. I'll play through it with the recording and then I'll go through the chords and everything. Alright, so let's get into the song. Really simple song. I just found a video of him playing it live and kind of copied what he did. That video had him playing with capo on the 2nd fret, but the recording that I just played along with has capo on the 3rd fret. So it's up to you. You don't even need a capo at all. You can play it on whatever fret you want, whatever key you want. But yeah, I'll do the frets relative to the capo, so you just move it up and down the fretboard as you please. So we'll start just the picking part for the verse and the pre-chorus. We go index finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the B string. I use my thumb and ring finger. You can use whatever fingers you want, but that's what I use. To pick over here, you pick it once, kind of let it ring, and then pick again and mute it. So it sounds like this. So let it ring, pick it again, mute it. Okay? You do that for every single chord in the verse and pre-chorus, so it's important you kind of get that motion down, the kind of pick and then pick again and mute. Then you move to 3rd fret of the low E string and 4th fret of the G string. So you move up a string with both fingers. So those two sound like. Okay, then you move up here, 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the B string, same thing. Okay, then you move up to 7th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the B string. So all those 4 together. You go through that progression 4 times for the verse. and then you do it twice for the pre-chorus. So it'll sound, they all kind of run together, so it'll sound like you're doing it 6 times in a row, which you really are. So you do that normal once. The second time around, you do a little bit different thing at the end. Now that's optional. You can play it normal every single time, and it'll sound just fine. But at the end, you just pause a little bit extra, and then you mute the first one, and then let the second one ring out. So. That's kind of the opposite, and you just pause a little bit before. If you listen to the song, you can kind of get a feel for that timing. Totally optional though. Just play normal if you don't feel comfortable with that. It's whatever. But then you do it normal again the third time. So one normal, second with the muted ending chord. Third time's normal again. Fourth time, you just don't play that last chord at all. You just rest. And then you get in the pre-chorus. You do it normal again. Second time around, you don't play that last chord again, and that gets you into the chorus. So the chorus is when you start strumming. So that's it for the picking part. The second time around, it'll be the exact same thing. The second verse and the second pre-chorus, same exact thing. Nothing changes. So you get into the chorus, start strumming. So that's the whole chorus. Basically, you start, you keep your pinky and ring finger on the high E and the B string on the 3rd fret the whole time. They don't move. I did the same thing in the song in my last video too. Just a coincidence. It's not like my thing or anything, just coincidence. But so you start with a C add 9. You don't really need your index finger, but I mean you can use it if you want. So you start there. You go down, 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 up, switch to a G, down, down. So you switch in the middle of kind of some rapid strumming, so you really gotta make that transition quick. So, and then so that's just C add 9 to G, and then you keep that 3rd fret of the low E string there, but you move your index finger to the 2nd fret of the G string. Same shape. Aside from that, just move it down 2 strings. And you do the same strum pattern. So down, 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 up, and then you switch to E minor shape with the bottom 2, the high 2 high strings, still the same. So altogether, that's. So that is the whole progression for the chorus, and you do it 4 times normal. You do it 6 times really. So you do it once normal. And then the second time around, you end a little different. That's where they go, get the words wrong, who cares? So you mute the last chord there instead of strumming it. So this is the second time around. And then you go into the 3rd time around. 4th time around. 5th time, these last 2, the 5th and 6th. You do everything the same except for the C add 9 you're muting. So just palm mute back here. So stick the soft part of your hand back at the base of the strings and still strum. Yeah, just. Listen to the song, you can kind of hear where they mute like that. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do the muting for the who cares part either. You can just play straight through 6 times. All 4 chords, but yeah, it's kind of just some embellishments there that you can throw in to make it sound a little bit more like the recording or him playing it live. But so the last one around, the 6th time, he does this, and I would recommend doing it just because it's easier to transition back into the verse anyways. But so instead of going, I would just go. and then go into the verse. So you just leave off that E minor shape, just end with the whatever the hell chord this is. All right. Then you go into the second verse, which is the same as the first verse. Second pre-chorus, same as the first pre-chorus, and the second chorus, same as the first chorus. At the end of the chorus, you get into the instrumental part, or the bridge, you could call it, where he goes, oh, and basically that is you're just playing the chorus chord progression and strums 2 more times through the progression. So at the end, when you would normally just go back into the verse, you just keep strumming. Just those 2 extra times. Then it takes you back into the third pre-chorus. So you skip a verse, you go into another pre-chorus. So you finish, go into the second pre-chorus, or the third pre-chorus. Remember, leave off that last chord. And then you get into that last chorus, but it starts out muted. He's not strumming. So basically, for the first 2 loops through the chord progression, you're just gonna like muted strum. So I just kind of keep my fingers here, mute all the strums. So kind of just a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then when they say words wrong, who cares? After that, you get back into the strums just like normal. And that's the 6th time. That would be the 6th time through, so that should be where the chorus ends. But at the very end, he keeps going 2 extra times through the progression. You can mute the C add 9, or just leave it normal, up to you. And then at the very end of the song, he gets back in and does this part again. And that's where the song ends. So that's the whole song. I hope it was pretty simple and helpful. But yeah, it's a pretty cool song. I heard it for the first time when I saw Morgan Evans at a music festival this past summer, and I was drunk in the middle of the afternoon, so I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. I should learn that song. So here I am. But yeah, hopefully this helped. Good luck.